Is going to fall flat. One thing that we are pretty sure will not fall flat is old reliable for Tundra. They've got the side lane cores of Mars and Wind Ranger heroes that we've seen again and again and again in this tournament and for this team. And in their hands, we'll see whether or not they're able to upset Gaming Gladiators. Gaming Gladiators have another very important hero that I want to talk about, though, the Lone Druid. They took it away from Pure, got it into their own hands. It fits into what Gaming Gladiators like to do as well with a lot of this 5-man push stuff that they're doing. Is this hero answered? I mean, it's our first pick for a reason, right? You've got so many heroes to be able to try and counter it. Did Tundra answer the Lone Druid?
I mean, we saw this Lone Druid as an answer to Mars in a lot of the games, and this was a first pick, so you kind of have to have faith that Lone Druid just powers through everything here. It has some good matchups in this game. I feel like it's not directly answered, but Tundra might be able to play around it by getting the jump, right? Bat Rider's a hero that can find him. You have long-range kisses that can come through. You have Mars that can kind of separate off the fight, and then Wind Ranger to deal the damage. I think their lineup can deal with it in its entire whole together, but there's no like real direct answers to this hero. I also posed the question of like after that series yesterday, does this hero have answers in the game, or is he just completely broken? Like some of those team fights that Pure was getting away with yesterday were just ridiculous. I'm not even sure if there aren't some things about this hero that are actually busted right now. Like, is he bugged? Yes. Is he working? I don't know. Some of those things just looked absurd. So I feel like this hero can counter anything, and on top of that, game and put him with double damage buff in the Murano with the Solar Flare, plus the Marcy with the sidekick. So,
oh yeah, that's a good point.
There's a lot of damage you can pump out with this game and lineup. They feel a lot more stable than last game, and I think Tundra are going to have a tougher time breaking them apart. That said, they do have some of the signature supports for the tournament. A Wind Ranger for Pure that he has popped off on, and maybe a lot of it comes down to that Ramses Mars, right? He's now 7-1 on this hero, just doesn't lose. Pure will snag the first blood. Big win for him.
Yeah, Gaming Gladiators, before the runes actually spawn, they were off to a good start with Quinn being able to get a D-ward on mid, so he gets that extra bit of golden experience. But the side lanes maybe falling apart a little bit there as they gave up first blood for the kill on Tofu. Still, though, Saksa also dies in the offlane, leaving Ramses alone for a minute.
Sure, Taracho would love to have had that first blood gold himself on this hero, considering what this hero can do with a good start. You just run away with the game, right? Yeah. And he's looking to free farm this lane. Marcy can set up some kills as well if you get some lucky roots. But I will ask Austin, should you have given Ramses this Mars, this deep in the event when he is not losing with this hero, when it feels like the comfort pick for Tundra at this point? I mean, somewhere, Collapse is watching the series going, why didn't I just get Magnus every game?
Seriously. I definitely think it's a potential mistake here for Gaming Gladiators. I wouldn't be giving Mars to these guys just because, as you said, it does feel like they are so comfortable on it, and on this main stage with all the nerves that are going to be going around, it feels like comfort has to be king. Thompson is comfortable on any weird hero, and he's going to be rocking the Bat Rider here, which has not gone very well for him at this initial part of the laning phase. He is 7-1 compared to 13-4 for Quinn Spangolier.
And we see, like, he's just going to take a water rune. That bottle's coming out now. It's been a slow start for him on that mid lane. Quinn definitely getting the upper hand, but of course this matchup comes down to, can the Bat Rider just randomly get a solo kill at some point? Do you rotate into that mid lane, get a clutch pickoff? And most importantly for this matchup is probably the power runes. Like the 6 and 8 minute power rune can decide a lot in terms of what this Bat Rider can ramp into. Or does he play a slower game, just getting jungle stacks up and using the Firefly to accelerate this farm?
You can see very clear every single time Quinn comes in, has no sticky napalm stacks on him, and has shield crash ready to go. He can get aggressive on Thompson, but a couple of stacks up, and Quinn has to retreat. Whitemon in some trouble here as the blood grenade should spell his doom. Gaming Gladiators not only get that kill, but also protect the Lotus, preventing the Tundra team from being able to pick it up. And Ramsey's also in trouble. Both side lanes suffering there as they try and go for Lotuses. Gaming Gladiators quick to be able to punish that positioning.
Nice side lane gameplay here. Gaimin want a fast start. I don't think they want to end up in a position like they did last time where they picked some of these lane dominators like that Viper and it just fell flat. Thompson gets his recovery time and you don't get the snowball action you're looking for. This is a much more solid start for them across all 3 lanes. Pure with that first blood gold is happy, but the supports on the side of Tundra are suffering. Not having that early snowball effect like we saw to the Enchantress last time where Whitemon was just straight up winning 2 lanes. So it's going to be a bit of a slower game for them. These are tough heroes to roam into to kind of skew it back in your favor. Like, you're looking at the cores in this game. A lot of them are extremely tanky in the early game.
Yeah.
The bracers are already up for Ace. He is cruising. Quick disruption on him.
See what they can do with that one. A lot of stacks there. 5 Shadow Poison stacks. That's going to do some hefty damage. That's going to get the kill.
Okay, even with the double bracer plus the stick charges, cannot live through that amount of stacking. Whitemon finds his mark again.
I mean, just too much magic damage. Whenever you have a Shadow Demon, right, you just really don't run out of damage. Just a question of whether or not you could keep the hero there long enough.
I mean, that's the best timing, the level 3. With the level 2 poison, that's your kind of one window to bring these big guys down on the lane, snag that big kill.
Thompson, every single time we look at him in this mid lane lately, he has not much HP to work with. He got down to about below 100 for the last shield crash swashbuckle combination Quinn threw at him.
Quinn's definitely ahead on XP here. And Thompson, he's double stacking the jungle. That is going to be the recovery and the acceleration here for the Bat Rider. If that gets stolen, though, that's a huge deal. Quinn's scouting it. So he knows these stacks are being created. awkward situation for Thompson. Like, do you call in support help here? You're not level 6. Look at a courier, but it does deliver the items.
All because that Marcy passive, the courier has the extra HP to be able to survive delivering the items to Quinn in time.
Almost level 6 on this Pango with the rotation.
He goes through the gate, shows up here in the top lane, hits the disruption, trying to lead into the spear, but Celery interrupts it, grabs Ramses, hops away. Can he make it out? The cookie lands onto him, stunning up for a second. Pure keeps the chase down. They managed to get that kill, but TP's coming in from Quinn. Oh, nice spear. Ramses stops the rolling thunder. Quinn still pops it, though, hoping to catch up to these heroes, but yeah, by the time he gets there, they're already back to the safety of the tier 1 tower. Quinn, even into the tower a little bit. If they were just a little bit closer, maybe.
Yeah, that was very close to Whitemon finding the disruption. Then you can just throw all the nukes at him. He might die there. Ramsey's still getting rooted. I mean, this lane has been a struggle for him.
It is annoying. Pure is still around, though. Hit him with the cookie, but it put Pure close to the tower. Seller tries to punish him by tossing into the tower range, but of course the win run deals with that pretty easily.
This is a 2v4.
Yeah, what is going on up here?
And Tundra are not winning it. Just an empty lane bottom for Ace. 2-on-1 mid as...
Look at it. They're trying to head him off to prevent him from going through the gates. They're saying if you want to get back to the safe lane, you're going to have to use your TP.
And Quinn is still eyeing these stacks.
But they're going to go for Dyrachyo again, trying so aggressively to chase out these heroes. Celery tries to stop Pure from closing the distance, hits a two-man stun, but none of it's good enough. Not against the overwhelming numbers they're bringing to this. 3 heroes. Pure just keeps sticking around. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Ofu, who was not going up to that top lane, said, you guys have the 2v4. We're going to take this 2v2 in mid as they take some of the stack away from that Batrider, trying to keep Thompson down.
Very interesting commitment from Tundra. Just kind of getting stuck in that awkward situation. Top Pure.
Get a pin into the arrow land. Not quite. And Celery is unable to get a follow-up stun either. Pure waving goodbye to Gaming Gladiators as they fumble that gank.
Wisdom Rune gets claimed by Whitemon, but man, Soxa, this might be the lowest level I've seen him in a lot of these games. He's still level 3 on this snap after Wisdom Runes. He's gonna have to find some team fighting somewhere in this game.
Yeah.
And if you're gaming, I mean, you would love to take advantage of this right now.
Especially since you know Thompson, well, they may not know, but Thompson's just trying to max out his basic abilities here to increase his farm rate. No lasso, he's just going to try and get to his first initial set of items, looking dreads. This is going to be a fast rush blink dagger kind of game.
Maybe. We'll see how much he wants to scale versus make stuff happen around the map. You can see an argument either way, especially with the start Pure has had on this Wind Ranger. He's still very farmed despite all these rotations top. Looking for Dyrachyo again. Look at the ult, but...
Yeah, that was a nice poke from Tundra, right? Disruption, show a hero, Dyrachyo immediately pops his ultimate. There really was no way they were going to get that kill.
They've been really obnoxious in this top lane. I don't know how much damage it's done, but it's been annoying. Now you have this gate up on Ace, though, yeah, so you have to worry about the dives.
And Dyrachyo's also saying, like, all right, I'm tired of this nonsense. You keep on coming to my lane. I'm going to go to your lane, and I'm not going to try and get a hero kill. I'm just going to take your tower.
Double Demolish will get the job done. Might just go back through as well and defend, keep farming top.
Yeah.
Tundra lose the first tower here. Open up a lot more space for Ace. And ideally, you want to start using this Rolling Thunder. Get Quinn involved, look for the team fights. Tundra don't have great answers to the spell in this game. No real EKB piercing ability. Like, you're looking for the lasso on the Pango or letting Batrider start the fights on your terms. But if Quinn just gets to roll into you, it's going to be deadly. Dyrachyo will make the rotation back off. He does not have True Form up for 30 seconds here. Getting hounded.
And Whitemon, he doesn't want to go into that pit for the danger of a bear popping out. This time, they'll hit the pit arrow, chaining the stuns quite a bit, but it's good enough. A level 2 win run certainly isn't going to last long enough to get him out from 3 heroes. 4-4 now, Gaming Gladiators with 1k lead.
It's a big fight for Gaming. They find the enemy carry, protect their own. Dyrachyo's not getting ganked right now. As Thompson, he's been lingering up here for a while. They really want another kill on this Lone Druid in the laning phase. At Arena, you have Lasso. Well, theoretically, you have Lasso. He's 4-0-4.
Support duo Gaming Gladiators continue to find victims in the Radiant jungle, it seems. As Topo, oh no, he's not going to be able to get the vision on him. He misses the kill, and now one leap is only going to take you so far. Pure, with the Whirlwind, will get some vengeance for that death earlier. Still going to be able to get on top of him, though. Celery pulls him back into Ace. Pure, win run coming up in a second. Too late, Quinn. What move from Ace, using the gate to pull in Quinn. Quinn thinking about going back through, but he sees that Soxa and Thompson are waiting on the other side.
Ramsey's stuck in no man land, did not respect the roll potential, and just gets caught out on that ward. 2 big core deaths for Tundra on this bottom lane with a nice gate from Ace. And again, Thompson, he's 0-0-0 at this 11 minute mark. Just can't find his point in the game to make his presence felt. Does have the lasso online now. He'll just take the tower. I mean, Arson is going to work here.
Yeah, you take towers really quickly, especially if you go kind of a stat build on Batrider, and he is going that. No fast Blink Dagger to try and set the pace for the rest of his team. Instead, it looks like he wants to just farm up and get a Hurricane Pike.
He just wants to scale in this game. Yeah. This hero can do an absurd amount of single target damage later on, which is kind of the idea here, particularly if you can find a Lone Druid. This is a slower build-up, however. Ramsey's going to force the fight.
Ramsey's put up on the high ground. That's a little awkward for him. Struggles to get down there to put some more damage. Looks like they have caught Celery, though. No, Celery gets the hop away. No other stuns, it seems, from Tundra. Is everybody? Now Celery gets caught in the river still. And they look for even more. Tofu will get away from Thompson in time. Same goes to the Underlord away from Pure.
Man, if you have support ults there on the side of Tundra, that is a way easier exchange with Kisses and Demonic Purge coming through. Another fight as well that Thompson doesn't get to be part of. This game flow's been a little awkward, but he will continue behind the farm. And both carries are just going to go back to their sides of the map, try and get into these maelstroms. Blink is online for Quinn, so that's the first big kind of initiation item in this game.
An opposite approach by him, right? Like, he's trying to hit in early timing, picking up this early Blink dagger. If he doesn't get anything done with it, he's going to feel pretty bad in comparison to what Thompson's pulling out of the jungle right now.
Yep, so they're going to instantly smoke him and instantly gets broken.
Oh, running into Soxa like that on the high ground, too. No vision. They don't know if there's a real threat up there, so they can't even chase him. Meanwhile, Thompson, a hard camp and an ancient stack.
He's just farming. Getting the power runes, getting to his items. Deep Ward does come out off that smoke, so they will find Soxa anyway.
Trying to get a cookie down, but he gets pulled away from the ledge, preventing him tumbling down below 6 to 7 now.
This Pango's strong on the map with the two supports behind him. It's not a hero Tundra interact well with. And they'll claim another tier 1 for their efforts. Both side lanes continuing to be farmed up between this Lone Druid and Underlord. And I mean, we have not talked about Ace a lot this game, but he is jacked on this Underlord, man. He's going to have a very fast aura of his choice on top of this mech. Looks like Pipe will be the decision here. Mitigate a lot of the teamfight presence from these two supports. By the way, Soxa still not level 6 on this Snapfire.
They are missing so much damage because of that. Just needs just a little bit more experience to get him there. And now they don't have the Kisses to combo off this arena quite yet. And as a result, they need more damage. Maybe Duracio can live through this. Now the Kisses come in still, though. Ramps is going to die for it, and so does Pure. So maybe they've killed the enemy carry, but they've lost their own and their offlaner as a result. With Quinn hitting the back line as well, it's going to be more. Disruption goes out, but he's surrounded. He comes back out. Too many heroes to survive. 4 dead. You got the enemy carry, but was it worth it, Tundra?
Not at all. That is a steep price to pay. And it's a fight without the Batrider, who's supposed to be kind of your early team fight skirmisher, giving you the spell damage, giving you the extra kill ability. Cayman, they just have a lot of early sustain. This Underlord is incredibly strong gating into a fight like that. You're just going to be stuck in the pit Firestorm. You have Solar Flare running the whole time. The Pangolier Rolling Thunder's uncontested. There's a lot of turnaround potential in this game and lineup if you make a move like that and it doesn't work out cleanly or quickly.
Yeah, cleanly and quickly was a big problem there, right? With no Kisses immediately on the arena. Couldn't get that fast kill on the Lone Druid. Now things are just very awkward for Tundra. And it looks like Gaming Gladiators, maybe a mirror of Game 1 with better success, as they are just picking up pace and they have an aura hero behind them.
Looking for another big core pickoff. Ramsey's 200 gold off his Blink Dagger. Does not want to die right now.
Hit coming through. Quinn tries to chase after him. Doesn't hit the slow from the Shield Brash. Celery diving into a tier 2 like that. I guess it's tanky enough. Thanks to the Pompous, he'll be able to shrug off some of the damage from the tier 2. But no luck on finding a kill. But maybe Quinn can find it somewhere else. Thompson tried to put himself up on this trunk area and TP out, but Quinn landed right on top of him, stopping that TP. So the best Thompson can do, try and get this kill on Celery. They actually need the extra help as Thompson's kind of tanky, so they bring in Ace. Ace will help deliver the kill, and back he goes through the gate.
Did pick up the shard here. Just wants to output as much single target damage as he can on this bat, and that was amp damage rune. Couldn't find anything with it as the gank comes to him first. Gaming controlling the side lanes, controlling the map right now. They still have ancient stacks as well. Duracio is going to eat through, or they're eating through him.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And finally, that blink will arrive for Ramses. This has been a very different Mars game for him. Much more difficult one. He has not been the initiator we're used to seeing. And even with this blink, it's defensive positioning from Tundra here. They will smoke him out. So they want Duracio right now. They would love to be able to...
Duracio's sitting on no HP, showing on the mid wave.
Oh, he's going for the shield. I mean, he's dead here,
right? Oh my god, he is so dead. Duracio, they put way too much...
This has been a very different Mars game for him. Much more difficult one. He has not been the initiator we're used to seeing. And even with this blink, it's defensive positioning from Tundra here. They will smoke him out. So they want Duracio right now. They would love to be able to...
Duracio's sitting on no HP, showing on the mid wave.
Oh, he's going for the shield. I mean, he's dead here,
right? Oh my god, he is so dead. Duracio, they put way too much reliance on his ultimate to give him the HP he needs. Dies before it even comes into contact.
Maybe not aware this is the one part of the map where Tundra do have wards. They're both in that mid lane. The rest of the map controlled by the dire vision right now. Yeah, he's going to circle it out. He's like, they saw me, guys, but I mean...
Maybe it would have been better to just die to the Ancients.
True.
Instead, that's like heroes that are just able to do damage and kill heroes by themselves. And we've seen, particularly from the Mirana in this tournament, maybe less so from the Marcy. Whitemon going to be jumped underneath the tier 2 as we get back into play. Gaming Gladiators wasting no time to find kills.
And Gaming are itemizing for this kind of right-click build-up, right? Drum on the Mirana, Solar Crest on Celery. You're going to have a Vlad's at some point in this lineup, probably guaranteed. You're going to have the auras on the...
They're still going to go for it. Durachio knows about this. He's baiting it out right now. He got off his ult. Can they catch anything for this one? Ramsey's going to go for the TP away. TP away. Close call, but he barely made it.
That is close. And Durachio will be the one dewarding here. He's like, I'm sick of getting jumped around this mid lane. Still a ward for Tundra in the back, but it's going to expire soon. Quinn wants to catch tops again. Does have a shield rune here.
Do not let these heroes manage to cut waves. Quinn, make sure to get the punish on him. They did manage to get a rune, try and prevent him from getting up the cliff and dodging some of this damage. Gaming Gladiators again, and back through. Ace needs some help, and he's going to get the full squad as reinforcements. Whitemon caught from behind.
These gates have been so efficient for Gaming, just finding action on both ends. And all Pure can do is try and push out the waves and farm to his BKB. Not ready to take this fight head on. And look at this 18-minute potential high ground push here.
We've seen this before. We've seen this before at a TI for Gaming Gladiators. A free 20-minute high ground push.
This is their bread and butter.
They tried it last game, but they were pushing into an Aegis, and they kind of missed their window. This time around, it feels like there's a much larger timing for them to do this. And even if it fails, I don't feel like their lineup's going to fall off nearly as quickly.
Nope. They get Tundra back a bit, get an ult out of Soxa, get half of a tier 3. Glyph is down. Very happy with that exchange. They're going to get the power rune for Quinn. A lot of these power runes have been going to tops, and finally this Pango will snag one. It's a good one in this Arcane. And now the pressure's on Tundra to try and reclaim some of the map or make a move. You're still looking towards these BKBs. You're closing in on Pures. In fact, it's done flying out on the courier. Ramsey's, it's a far ways off here. Just going to roll on him.
See if they can chain stun him in between the mid arches. They've got him dead to rights. Ramses is out, and now Quinn's just going to look for a little bit more here, see if there's anybody else from Tundra lurking around, and it stops him, but he is quite fast.
Can run away. You can do that, but at some point you're going to have to fight in this game because the push is coming. The Leipner's done for Durachio. This Ags is flying out for the Pangolier. And you have Ace with the auras to back all this up, so another tier 2 will fall. That Arcane Rune Rolling Thunder also means it's going to be up again in less than 30 seconds here. Could easily make another play. Or just go straight to the tier 2 bottom. No glyph available.
Yeah, this bear, it's going to take this tier 3 so quickly. Here comes the gate on through. They tried to go for Durachio. They got up his ultimate. He has way more HP. Do they have the damage to bring down this lone Druid? Hop in for the Pangolier. They've diced up Soxa, and it looks like this lone Druid is dead. Can they do the damage from Game Gladiators anyway? What a beautiful spear back from Ramses. Managed to put somebody else isolated. It's the Marcy that goes down. Ace is on the run. He's low. Gaming Gladiators threaten the high ground, and they may pay the price for it. Though a Rolling Thunder catches Ramses. They try to push forward for the TP off laner. Now he's in some trouble. Poison after poison, though, is coming in. Quinn, he misses the swashbuckle, fails to get the kill on Ramses, and here comes Thompson. He's got damage. Quinn, at TP away, denied by Ramses. He said, were you looking for me? I was on the high ground, and now I'm on the low ground, taking your life.
Huge team fight win for Tundra. Exactly what they needed in this game. A high ground hold that goes wrong for Gaming as they didn't have an Aegis on that push, and it showed this lone Druid. He's killable. He dies in the center of everything. Tundra are close to losing heroes of their own. But Thompson, he's able to skirt around the edge of this fight, come back in a second time, make his presence felt in this game. Now all of a sudden, you have the most farmed hero in this Wind Ranger. It's a big death for Durachio. It's easily a fight that Game and Win. You're just taking racks, maybe multiple, maybe on your way to closing out this game.
They really trusted the fact that Durachio was going to be tanky enough to be able to push through that, especially with Yoris behind it. But Durachio is not able to make this lone Druid look like Pure's lone Druid did, where it gets jumped on and it managed to survive with a quarter HP time and time again. Maybe some of this is just the impact of the supports. I mean, that Shadow Demon did so much damage. Whitemon was able to do a lot there onto lone Druid, stacking up 5 stacks of poison easily in the early part of the team fight.
Plus super clutch disruption on Pure to save him at the end.
Yeah.
And then Ramsey's able to come in a second time. Just the kiting. Perfect there from Tundra. Exactly what you want to do with this kind of lineup. Go in, take some damage on one hero, get out, use a disruption, come back in a second time.
Tundra take the time to do the Tormentor. They get a shard for Soxa.
Downside here for Tundra is, even though you won that fight, I don't think you're contesting this Roshan. This one just seems too tough to get to, and in that kind of area, these auras are still going to go to work. We saw how long Ace survived in that fight. Yeah. He's just giving you the auras the whole time. The Atrophy, the Greaves, the Pipe, going into this Crimson. You put an Aegis on Durachio, pump a Crimson behind this. This is the big power spike for Game in this game. This is going to be the hurdle to get over if you are Tundra right now. You need to farm as much as you can during this time period. Get those BKBs up and be ready for that exchange.
Yeah, speaking on that, it looks like a BKB is being built by this lone Druid. Do you wait for that? Or is it too much of a threat, what Tundra have coming down the line?
I mean, they didn't give the Aegis to Durachio. They gave it to Quinn.
I guess he's going to have to wait for the BKB then.
You don't go high ground without this Ultra BKB now. And I think you really want to fight and find the pickoffs before you do anyway. BKB done for Ramses. He was able to get there off that team fight win.
What's the point of giving Quinn the Aegis over the Lone Druid? Does that say they're just not going to push at all?
I mean, he can go in hyper aggressive now. He can try and jump on the Bat Rider, not fear getting lassoed and burst down. We saw how fast he died when he got speared.
He spotted Pure, and Quinn is able to follow it up. That got a BKB out of Pure, not the way he wanted to use his second duration.
Can't land the arrow. There's not a lot of follow-up.
No.
You don't have disruption that can bail Pure out of a chain stun situation, let him win run BKB out of that. So you do have to be careful on these committals if you're gaming. Another reason to give this Pango Aegis, you can go in, look for that chain stun, you get some spells or BKB out of the Wind Ranger, and all of a sudden your Pang's still safe. And BKB done for the Lone Druid, so Taracho, he's online right now, level 15 as well. Looking for that last tier 2. Tundra, I mean, you have two options, right? You can take the high ground defense fight. You can also try and smoke and wrap on Gaimin and try and find that backline with your Mars jump plus your Bat Rider going in. It's one way to play around this Aegis if Gaimin commit to the push.
Yeah, it feels like a hard decision to make just because of the fact you're playing high ground with a Bat Rider. Usually you want to take advantage of that high ground area with that lasso pullback, but
I mean, he doesn't have blink is the thing.
Yeah,
so
it's a very different Bat Rider than most we've seen through Dota history. This one, the damage Bat Rider.
He's very tanky as well.
Yeah.
If he finds his target, like Thompson will bring him down, especially with the support follow-up. You just have to get in there. And a lot is dependent on the arena to set that up. Gaimin will swarm the map with another smoke. Just cross the lanes here, looking for a straggler bottom. There is Ramses, but no BKB Pierce means you can always just BKB TB out.
Yep.
And Tundra, they're poking in their own jungle, feeling like Gaimin are split on the map. They're right about that.
They certainly are. Celery, shackle shotted. Ace is going to come in as well as going to try and bail him out. Celery's still in trouble though, being chased by Pure Whirlwind. Got all of these heroes inside of the arena. Ramsey's coming in from behind. It's a really nice one. Trying to finish off Celery. Still got the other support instead. Ramsey, he's not going to get it right now. Celery's actually bodying them. And Pure, he can't chase after it either. In fact, he's in trouble right now. He needs to get out. Thompson though, he did the damage to bring down the Aegis Pangolier. Pure, deep out on the map. He doesn't have a TP scroll. He's going to have to go through the gates. King of Gladiators do not seem to know where he's at, so it looks like Pure is away and clear.
A sick arena by Ramses, but the fight was super split, and the rest of Tundra could not get through that Pango Lone Druid front line. So he'll trade out some heroes, get an Aegis down, maybe stall out this push that could have come if Gaimin successfully cleared through that fight. And I cannot believe Celery lived through all of that. He was the first target. Shows the strength of the auras here, mitigating a lot of the Wind Ranger's damage, and I mean, this Marcy has 3,000 HP. No joke right now.
That's a support for you in 2024.
Oh, yeah.
Thompson's damage is building up, though. He showed it by being able to kill that Pangolier. You guys haven't seen this right-click Bat Rider. It does some big work, but it has a very high ceiling and a very low floor. So it's either going to be Flopson or Godson here in this Game 2 of Tundra versus Gaimin Gladiators. And right now, they're looking at a 7K net worth lead for Gaimin. They've lost that Aegis, though, so maybe they feel like they can't push high ground. It already got rebuked the first time around. Maybe they're more comfortable just waiting for more items and more Aegises.
This is the part of the game where Gaimin, you either feel comfortable with your scale or you don't. And if you don't, you really need to be finding more on the map, increasing this net worth lead and going to that next Roshan. Or you're just confident in the Solar Flare Marcy going to boost this triple core lineup into that late game. Thompson would love a couple more fights where he can just find that Pangolier, drag him to his doom. He's also the ideal scenario. Very close to BB as well, which will just kind of guarantee that play.
Yeah, he'll always just be able to run straight at the Pango, even if he's rolling Thundered, right? That's going to be his best target. Cleared up.
Poke here.
Whoa, Celery hopping way past there. I think he was looking for the Shadow Demon. Instead, they're going to have to try and kill Thompson as the disruption's down. But the lasso, pull the bear back out. Now they're in trouble inside of this arena. The Bat Rider has been saved, and he can reset. Quinn, though, still looking for it. Hit with the Rolling Thunder. Maybe Thompson didn't back out in time. Thought he could turn back around. Did not respect the push coming in from Gaimin Gladiators.
Gaimin, they still have a lot of sustain here.
Nice tank there from Ramses, making sure that Pure is not to be threatened by Erodivatos into Arrow. Now he's being threatened by a pit. Has to use the BKB. Chases after them with the Whirlwind. Doesn't have the arena to keep heroes inside this time around. They're going for the bear, and they might just be able to get it. Wait, the Spear comes out. Stop the kisses. The Spear chases after it. But Garacho's too fast. He gets ahead of him. Quinn's in the middle of this, trying to go after Pure with the wind run. No, it's going to run out. He gets taken out. Quinn finds his man. Buybacks being used by Tundra. But all of a sudden, a 7,000 net worth lead has doubled to 15K. And the assault from Gaimin Gladiators will be halted for now, but you have to feel like another round is coming in soon.
I mean, the first punch was landed. Triple buyback from Tundra here, just decimated their economy. They absolutely need to win this next team fight. This game might just end, and Gaimin are not going to relent. They're not going to give up the pressure right now. 20 seconds, no Wind Ranger. You have to assume there's no buyback here anyway.
They're looking the Underlord, hit the tower, because look at all that bonus damage he has right now.
Plus 200 Attribute Aura. Winding down a bit. But of course, you have damage buffs coming up. 30 seconds for the Solar player. All the auras are back up for Ace.
Pure's just about to come back up. They need to try and punish Gaming Gladiators while he's coming back up. The arrow does land onto Bat Rider, trying to get him a cooking away. Gaming Gladiators chasing, disruption. Still going after the Bat Rider while Quinn is disrupting all these supports. Good hits all around from the Rolling Thunder, while Salary and Dirachi are doing some damage. Salary won't stop until he's dead, which now he is. Now the rest of the team with up here, big Marcy carry apparently, are going to make a run for it. Dirachi has used BKB. Is it flee or fight? It looks like it's a fight, and Pure, a fight that he can't win apparently. A triple kill for Dirachi. Thompson's next one left. There's only 2 members of Tundra still alive, and now make it 1. Gaming Gladiators own the Tundra base.
Absolutely rolling over them in the second half of this fight. Pure did not even get his BKB off, just got roared into oblivion. And the buyback from Celery, this beast of a 5 is back.
Leapfrogging over another one. Celery goes for it. Hibbity Hobbity finds the last kill. Gaming Gladiators, Tundra. They've lost their heroes. They've lost their base. And perhaps saving the best for last, the final day of TI, we'll finally get to see a Game 3 on the main stage as Gaming Gladiators, this time around, their push works around a lone Druid.
The timing's just worked out way better here. This Pangolier controlled a lot of the map, controlled